what we're going to do is we're going to take this can and these 2 napkins. I'm going to decoupage on some of these pieces of napkin onto this, and we are going to make cinnamon stick Santas to put in this, and this is going to be adorable with this napkin. It's going to be perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I've got to find, okay, here's the middle of my can. And I'm just going to come in very lightly. I barely want that pencil to show. Okay? And I'm just using this because I want them only a 1/2 inch in size. It's tedious, so I'm not going to keep you on anymore for this. I'm just going to go ahead and make all of my checks, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so I have all, let me show you. I don't know if you can see it real good, but I have just real lightly put the checks on this part and this part, because then I'll decoupage on the rippled part of the can, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to mark off my checks where I want the black and the white. And once you mark a couple of them, as long as you're paying attention, it just goes really easy because it's every other. So black, white, black, which will be kitty corner to this black, right? And I only X where the black is, not the white, obviously, because I don't want to have to paint over that. And then that brought us right back to here, so it's all even all the way around. And I'm going to do the same with this, and then we'll start painting. Okay, so we're starting the painting. Okay. And now it's just a matter of painting in where the X's are with black. Okay, so we have the top done, and now I'm just going to do the bottom, and then we'll be ready to decoupage and then start our cinnamon Santas, which I think you're really going to like. tomato can checked and done. Now we're going to add this napkin because we're going to make our cinnamon Santa Clauses. Okay? So, and there's 4 of these here, which is cool. So I'm just going to cut out one. And I'm going to have to cut it down because it's not going to fit. I don't want the checks covered. And I'm not going to take off. Well, you know what? I think the ply is taken off, guys. Normally I wouldn't. I'd wait. But let's see how much is going to fit. Yeah, I did take the ply off because I can see through this really good. Well, it's going to have to really be cut down, unfortunately. I think this is retro, and that's what I was looking for because of these cinnamon stick Santa Clauses. They're retro to me. Okay. Let's look again. Well, you'll be able to see the black and white check through it, which I do not mind at all. I want to see it. You know, that'll work out perfect, actually, you guys. Because, like I said, you can see through that. Okay, that's cool. And I think I'm going to do it. Do I want to do it straight or do I want to do it... Oh, I wish you guys could answer me right now. I guess I should do it straight, huh? Instead of cockeyed. What do you think? I kind of like it that way. But then will you see more this way? You guys, I don't know. Well, when I make up my mind, okay. I guess I'm going to just put it straight. I still kind of like the side look, but I guess I'm just going to go straight because I'm going to put some diamond dust, a little bit of diamond dust on this, not much. And I don't need much of this. That's plenty. This is the, I use Mod Podge or this. This is the premium decoupage matte, and I got it from Amazon. I'm just going to take my brush, and I'm sure you're going to be able to see through this, which is perfect. Because I do want to see our checks. We didn't do these for nothing, right? Okay, gotta find my front, because this one we're leaving the lid. Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, perfect. You can see. Perfectamundo. And even though this is a cream color, I'm not worried about it. I could have done the cream black and white. I mean, well, black and cream I should say, because Mackenzie Child does do that as well. But that kind of looks kind of cool too. Okay, so now I'm going to some dust. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. Also, I got this from Amazon. I could clean up my hand. Burnt myself, you guys, really bad. It's starting to heal now, but whew, man, does that hurt. Okay, I want to do this while it's still oh, that's pretty. We can put it back in. Okay. Yeah, that's cute. Now I think I want to put something on the lid here, even though you're probably not going to see much of it, because when we put our Christmas greenery in here and our Santa Clauses that we're making, let's look at this again. This just gives you, I always like to do something, give me an idea, but look, these are so cute, and guys, I made a mint. What's on there? I made a mint on these. 1 year for Christmas. A lot of money I made. Let's just see, get a kind of an idea. There'll be a lot more in it, but this kind of gives you the feel. Isn't that cute? I think that's adorable. Yeah, I don't know. Here we go again. I could, what I could do is put the peace, love, and joy, or I could cut out a little bit of this holly and put it on the tin. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, because we have Mr. Santa Claus Christmas Town, North Pole, so I'm not going to put another saying. We'll do some of, we're going to do some of this napkin. What do you think? Don't you think that would be pretty? All right, I'm going to cut some of this out, and when I get it cut out, I'll be back. Okay, so I took a part of the napkin, and now I'm going to cut it down to fit. But see, I think that'll be cute. So let's cut it down. I just want to get a little bit closer to where I'm cutting, you know what I mean? That is cute. I like that. Okay, now that our can is done, and I could do a lot more, but I'm not. But you could do the other side, you could do the lid, you could do whatever. Now I want to concentrate on making our cinnamon stick Santas to fill this, okay? All right, again, we have our can done. You guys, isn't that cute? And I put my diamond dust, made my checks, and then don't forget your lid, okay? And then I just got some picks from Hobby Lobby, or you have some, I'm sure, with your Christmas. All right, so now what I want to put in this, since it is to Mr. Santa Claus, I want to make what I made years ago, and I showed you this again. Let me show you my first. The ones I made all my money on back in the 80s were these. These are the originals that my friend and I made and sold hundreds. And you can still do them exactly like this, you know, with just paint, or I started making them like this. You can do either or. Here's another one. So this is what we're going to do today with our cinnamon sticks. Now, you can get these large cinnamon sticks at Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you can order them online. Hobby Lobby has this size and they have the big size. I got the big size, the reason being, to me it's more cost effective, because if you want to snap these in half, then you've got the smaller one. You don't have to, you know what I mean? You're not going to be able to make a big one, but you can make a small one out of a big one, a couple small ones. Okay, so the first thing I did is I just came in with some gesso and I painted down to about where I thought I would want the face and the hat. The rest of this you're going to put in will be like beard. Okay, so you don't have to paint all the way down for the beard, but I like to paint down far enough for the face and the hat. Okay, so I'm going to take, this is the best, this Master's Touch. This is permanent red. I like this color. First I'm going to do the flesh, and this flesh I've had forever. It's almond parfait. It's just a light, I mean, you guys, I've had this forever, and I mean for years, but it is folk art, and I'm sure they still have the color. If not a flesh, any flesh, whatever flesh you like will do. I have this warm beige. You can see the difference. The warm beige is a little bit more pink, where this is more of a bisque. But you go and you try to figure out, where do I want my hat? And if you can visualize it, just mark it off where you can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and take midway down on the white. I'm always amazed at certain paints that will last, like this one. I mean, honestly, I've had this probably about 8 years, no joke. And then you have other paints that you can have for a year, and you open them and they're dried up. I don't know. Anyway, I want to give myself enough flesh for the eyes. And then if it's too much flesh, it's no big deal, because you can go, you can cover it with the paint or the snow text. Okay? So I'm going to do all of the faces. assembly, I like to do one and then the other. I don't like to do all of one and then, you know what I mean? And these are cute. We sold these in baskets as well. We would put some, you know, like the picks like I just showed you, and put them in little baskets and have them laying in the basket decoratively, you know. Those sold really good too, with a real pretty plaid bow, Christmas bow. Okay, just about done with the flesh. Then we'll go to the red, and then we'll do the eyes, the snow text, and they'll be done. Okay, yeah, look, Moscatels, geez, that's not even around anymore. This is ancient. I can't believe it. Anyway, okay, now, let's do the red. And take the red. And I leave a little bit between the flesh, and if you notice the whites in the middle, because I'm going to put snow text in there, okay? You know how Santa's hat here has the white in here and then up here? So that's why I'm leaving that part. But you do whatever way you want, you know? Just, this gives you your base. This paint, this Master's Touch in these tubes has really good coverage. It's a thicker paint. It takes a little bit longer to dry, but it is a very good paint. In making faux food, I like using this red because you can get the real red into your foods more than you can the other acrylic reds. They usually turn to pink when you mix it with the spackle. What I mean, if you go like in a assembly line method, to me it's just easier and it's faster, and that's just, you know, you might think doing it another way is better, and that's perfectly fine. Whatever is easiest or makes most sense to you. Okay, so now we got that done. Let's do the eyes, and the eyes are just 2 dots, and I use either my stylus or a paintbrush, the tip of a paintbrush. A little black. Don't need much. And you can make them different ways. Do you see how I have these 2 just, you know, regular? And then I have these 2 where they're wonky. It's just whatever you want. Mine all different. And then when they dry, you're going to put the little bit of white. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, now I'm going to let those dry. And when they're dry, I'll be back and we'll do the white on them. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to take the small end of my stylus, okay? And I'm coming in with just a little bit of white. Oh, I forgot to do that one. How did I do that? Gotta go back and do that. How did I miss that one? That one's not quite dry, but I'll make it work. But try to make sure your black is dry before you come in. You can do little eyebrows if you want. I'm not going to. Okay, now this is the fun part, and it's kind of messy because it kind of falls. You got to be patient with the Snow Tech. Now, if you have modeling paste, if you want to do modeling paste instead, go for it. Okay? Kind of works the same way, and it's not quite as messy as the Snow Tech. But what I like to do first is I like to come in and start my beard. See what I mean? How it falls. You just got to be patient with it. And like I said, if you don't want to use this at all, you can always use just white paint. Selling these, I will go around like this. If they're for myself, sometimes I'll just end right here. It just depends on how much I have. If I need it to cover the sticks, I'll do that before I'll go all the way around with something if it's for myself. Stash because I want to be able to go over the beard so you get that indentation. And like I said, modeling paste is easier because it doesn't fall. It just kind of sticks easier, but it does take longer to dry. And you could mix sand, some really fine sand, I'm talking fine, and mix it with your paint. I'm not going to do all these, but and then you're going to bring that beard down as far as you want it. If you want a real extravagant beard that just goes way down, do it. It's your deal, you know. Some people might not like it. Some people might want it real long. I like the long ones personally. Okay, so now we're going to go up to the hat, because you have to have the white on top. You could even put a little bit of fur here depending on how much you wanted to get into it. I like to try to cover up the whole of the cinnamon stick. You don't have to. This is your own preference. And then down here, like I told you, we're going to come in . Okay, now I want to do the mustache. To do the mustache, I'm going to try to come in with... The mustache is a little bit more tricky because you want to make sure it looks like a mustache. You see what I mean? How I brought that, and then it's thicker and it's above this, and I brought it up like a mustache would go. You see what I'm saying? But it would be easier to do it once this is dry. So I'm going to do one just to show you, and then I'm going to do what I normally do. So I'm going to let that dry and work on the other ones, and I'll be back and I'll show you how we're going to put those in that tin can. Okay, so we're all done with them. But now I want to paint a little bit what would be like holly. I think that would be cute. So I'm going to do the leaves first. I did do light green, but I don't like it, so I'm going to do the Christmas green. I did this one. A little bit of the darker. This is going to be cute, you guys. Look at this big one. Okay. Now I'm going to use my stylus with the red paint. I just need a tiny bit. The only thing I don't like about these tubes, it just brings so much out and you can't get it back in easy like you can a jar. I didn't. What do you think? So I'm going to dip my stylus into, and then just that just adds a little something something. So I think I'm done there. Okay, now let's see how they look. I'll need to put, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a little bit of just a paper towel so it has something to sit on. And you can position these any way you want, okay? You can put them all in a cluster, or you could put them in strategically, whatever you like. Touch that. Well, anyway, you get the idea. And when I bring you down to show you, like I always do, I'll have them all situated. These are absolutely adorable. Guys, until we get together again, remember the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever, ever forget that. There's only one you, and you bring something to this world nobody else can. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.